Okay, welcome back. This is the sixth short video clip. Well, not that short. Let's see if this is the last one. We're talking about alveolar sounds. We said that we have the following alveolar sounds. T, D, N, S, Z, O, and D, which is not really a sound per se, but a variation of either T or D. Now, we left on slide 34, okay? Here we have a list of sentences to help you practice these alveolar sounds. Listen and repeat. I once saw a tall doll at a store. I once saw a tall doll at a store. Sue does not like to go to the zoo. Sue does not like to go to the zoo. I wonder if that ladder is on sale. I wonder if that ladder is on sale. On slide 35, we have tongue twisters to practice T. A tutor who tooted the flute. A tutor is a teacher, and to toot is to go toot toot, okay? A tutor who tutored the flute tried to tutor two tutors to toot. Said the two to the tutor. Is it tougher, tougher, meaning more difficult? Is it tougher to toot or to tutor to tutors to toot? Again, a tutor who tutored the flute tried to tutor two tutors to toot. Said the two to the tutor. Is it tougher to toot or to tutor to tutors to toot? One last time. A tutor who tutored the flute tried to tutor two tutors to toot. Said the two to the tutor. Is it tougher to toot or to tutor to tutors to toot? The second one is also with T. A tree toad loved a she toad. Do you guys know what a toad is? A toad is like a frog, but uglier. I don't like them. They're bigger, they're normally grayish or brown, and I don't know, but I don't like them. But they're big frogs. Frogs are normally green or red. Toads are bigger and they're gray or brown, okay? So this is a tree toad. A tree toad loved a she toad that lived up in a tree. That lived up in a tree. She was a three-toed tree toad. In other words, she had 3 toes. But a two-toed toad was he. A tree toad loved the she toad that lived up in a tree. She was a 3-toed tree toad, but a two-toed toad was he. One last time. A tree toad loved the she toad that lived up in a tree. Notice how it's lived up. It's kind of like a single word. Lived up in a tree. She was a 3-toed tree toad, but a 2-toed toad was he. On page 36, we talk about yet a different set of sounds, namely palato-alveolar or post-alveolar. I like post-alveolar better because it gives you an idea of where exactly the constriction or the articulation takes place. So if we have the alveolar ridge immediately behind the upper teeth, then a post-alveolar sound is a sound produced immediately behind or after the alveolar ridge. The constriction can be made either with the tip or the blade of the tongue. And we have the following sounds. Sh, 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 and z, z, z. These two sounds are identical. The only difference is that sh is voiceless, whereas z is voiced. Let's produce them at tandem. Sh, z, sh, z, sh, z, sh, z. If you're doing this correctly, there should be no movement of the tongue or anything else. The only thing that changes is the way in which the air is expelled. Okay, again. Sh, zh, sh, zh, zh. Of course, we don't have in Spanish. And therefore, you guys are going to struggle with this sound. I can tell you that. Okay? We also have ch, ch, as in chanchito. Ch, ch. And its counterpart, j, j, ch, j, ch, j, ch, j. Produced exactly at the same place of articulation. But whereas ch, ch is voiceless, j, j, j is voiced. Again, post-alveolar sounds in English are 4. Sh. Well, actually, there's one more, but I'll tell you in a second. Sh, zh, ch, and j. Let's look at slide 37. Here we have a picture that tries to emulate where the post-alveolar sound is produced. However, I would move my tongue a little bit backwards, like it is, not like it is in the picture, because in the picture it looks more like an alveolar sound, even though this is the best sound, the best picture I could come up with to represent post-alveolar sounds. Another sound which is also post-alveolar is the r. Notice how this is an upside down R. So it is not an R. In fact, if you look up any transcription of words in any dictionary, you will find it represented as an R. The only problem is that the R as a phonetic symbol is the Spanish r, not the English So for purposes of this course, we will use what is correct, which is this symbol, simply an upside down R. This sound is also produced at the point of articulation called post-alveolar, the post-alveolar region, and it involves a retracted tongue tip. Sometimes it is described as a retroflex sound because the tongue tip is curled backward. Okay? On slide 38, we have examples with these sounds. Shoe, chew, shoe, chew, juice, 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 beach, beach. Careful to make this a long E, because we have two words that are similar. It might get you into trouble. We have beach and bitch. Okay, and that's a different word. Beach, wish, wish, judge, judge. In this word, we have the sound j twice, at the beginning and at the end. Judge. Vision, vision, vision. Chandelier, chandelier. Wait a second. Two things. First, zh is normally but not always spelled S-I-O-N. Vision, provision. Okay? Another thing is that the word chandelier is spelled CH, yet it's pronounced sh, not ch. Chandelier. Beige, beige, beige. Religion, religion, religion. Art, art. Notice that even though most of the time sh is used to pronounce words that are spelled SH, sometimes words spelled CH, like the word chandelier, in which one might expect to be pronounced ch, are pronounced sh, as in Chevrolet, chef, chandelier, Chicago. The good thing is that the list of words which are spelled CH and pronounced sh is very, very short. In contrast, ch is normally only used to pronounce words spelled CH. Church, which, achieve. Sh might also be spelled T as in introduction, introduction, directions, attention, attention. Okay, let's read these words one last time. Shoe, chew, juice, beach, wish, judge, vision, chandelier, beige, religion, art, Chevrolet, chef, church, which, achieve, introduction, directions, attention. On the next slide, we have the following note. Similarly, J is spelled either J as in June, Jane, jungle, or DG as in judge, wedge. J is never spelled Y, so it's never jello or Jew. We already learned in the warm-up activity that we did during the first class that jello is a word different from yellow. And also joke is a word different from yoke. So be careful with this, okay? J might also be spelled G as in region or indigenous or agent. So J is going to be difficult to predict in contexts in which we might not be sure which one it is. J is normally spelled S, like I said, in words such as conclusion. In fact, not just S, but S-I-O-N, single S-I-O-N, as in conclusion, illusion, and vision. Whereas to pronounce words that contain double S-I-O-N, we pronounce them sh. Mission, permission, issue. I'm going to end here. I want you to think of lists of words with these sounds. Sh, ch, zh, and j. And you're welcome to send me pictures of them so that I can tell you whether you're right or not. One last time, I'm reading these words and I'm signing off until next week. Okay? June, Jane, jungle, judge, wedge, region, indigenous, agent, mission, permission, issue. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. This is going to be the last video for this week. Take care.